Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Here is tip number 8, how to make Ramadan fun for children. I think this topic, this tip number 8 is very close to my heart. It's about Taraweeh. And I remember as a child, one of the funnest part of Ramadan is going to the masjid at night, meeting friends, praying, playing, and getting to stay that extra bit at night as compared to other nights in the rest of the year.
True. I remember as a little child when after you do your Taraweeh, you get to play in the streets. Back then in Malaysia, where it was still safe to play in the streets, you had hide and seek and all sorts of games, and the older children would organize games for the younger children. It was a really fun time that you bonded with your family and friends.
So here is tip number 8. Take your children for Taraweeh prayers. But be realistic. You can't expect a 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10-year-old child to stand up in prayer if you take them to a masjid that does one juz a night. That's 1 hour, 1.5 hours of standing in a language that they don't understand. It is good to have masjids that do khatam in Ramadan, yes. But it is also important that some masjid have it shorter and we take our children there. And don't start with 20 rakat. You know, when we had with our daughter Sumaya, she started with only praying 4 rakats. Yeah. She was about 4 years old then. She prays 4. After that, she gets to do a colouring in. She gets to play with her friends, and then the following year 6, and then 8, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and I think it's also really quite important for parents to bring your children, but also bring your children prepared. So we know that their attention span are shorter, right? And so bring them colouring in, bring them some games, a little small toy that is not noisy for them to play with and for them to fiddle with when they are at the masjid. And you can also bring a little card game or a board game that they can play with other children at the masjid, and then they make new friends as well.
I think it's important as adults we be more understanding of the children. Of course, they're going to make some noise. They're not expected to be quiet. But these are our future generation. So get involved with your masjid committee. Make sure that your Taraweeh policy is friendly towards women and children. If women can come, mums can come, generally children will not come. If children don't come to the masjid, what is going to happen to our next generation? Children need to feel welcome at the masjid. They need to feel that they belong to the masjid. They have a sense of belonging to the Muslim community.
Yeah, and feeling welcome and feeling happy during your early childhood, the memories stick to you for life.
Exactly.
So if you remember pleasant memories of going to the masjid, inshallah, as they grow up, the masjid is close to their heart and they will want to come to the masjid.
That is tip number 8. Pray Taraweeh together with your children. Take them to the masjid, but take them to the masjid prepared. Bring some toys for them to play, provided the toys are not noisy. And as adults, we need to be more understanding with our children at the masjid.